You're listening to the Multiplayer Lounge, the companion podcast to the Multiplaying.net blog and forum. This is show number 1, recorded on July 3rd, 2009. Welcome to the Multiplaying Lounge. We're a bunch of casual gamers who enjoy playing together. We used to be a guild, but no one game can contain us, so now we're a gaming community. If you want to join in on the fun, check out the blog and forum at multiplaying.net. I'm Winin, your host for the show, and with us tonight we have Slurm.
Yeah, how's it going?
So tell us what you're drinking, Slurm.
Unfortunately, because of the hectic night with trying to get the kids to bed and taking them out, took my daughter to a jazz concert. Since she was pretty hyped up, and they're just laying down right now. I've just got a Diet Coke. I am not drinking heavily tonight, although I feel like I need to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, after that intro, I was going to say you're hitting the hard stuff. I'm Winin. Like I said, I'm the host. Tonight, there's just two of us because it's 4th of July weekend. A lot of people are out of town, but we're not, so we decided we'd do a podcast.
What are you drinking?
I am in the process of moving my house.
Oh.
And that means two things. We opened up the liquor cabinet for the first time in about 2 years and discovered all this liquor we never drink. So earlier I had a little Kahlua and cream.
Mm.
And now I'm trying to clear out the refrigerator, so I'm drinking a Tecate.
I've never heard of that.
Mexican beer.
Gotcha. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Never mind. Yes, yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
Got a Thunderbird on it.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorites because I remember as a kid, I remember my dad drinking it, and he did the salt and lime on the top.
Right. That's what Hellboy drank in Hellboy 2.
Really?
I don't know if he drank it in the first one. He may have. I don't remember. But I've been watching the second one since it came on a free movie weekend. I recorded it and watched it a few times, and he cracks open a few and gets drunk. So.
I haven't seen number 2 yet.
It's good.
Yeah, I have to Netflix it. Yeah, ever since we had the baby, I haven't been to the theater hardly at all.
Yeah, I still try to get out sometimes, but yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, last thing I saw was Star Trek.
Oh yeah,
which was good.
Didn't see that.
It was good. I don't have a lime in it in this beer here, but our new house has some lemon trees, so I have some slice of lemon straight off the tree.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, the new place has a yard, so it's a big step up for us.
Awesome. Well, cool.
But as I posted in the blog, there's no real office for me, so my gaming computer is going to be out in the middle.
Yep. Yeah, you're living like me. Out in the living room.
Yeah, married with kids life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well.
I lost the office.
Yeah, it's worth it though.
I call it office, but it was really just my computer room with games. This is where I play games.
Yeah, I actually work from home, so it is an office.
All right.
So being show number 1, we should probably tell you what the hell this is and what's going on. Although probably everyone who's listening to this has been listening to the podcast, so it's not any surprise.
Right.
But for the one person who may come back and see this 10 years from now, when Multiplaying.net podcast is the huge hit all over the internet, they'll want to see where we came from. So, in short, Circle of Trust was a guild, started in Dark Ages of Camelot, migrated to a few other games, and every time we migrated, we lost some people. We'd meet new people, but we would usually lose more than we met, and so there was this slow attrition. In Warhammer Online, we started doing a podcast, which was just for us, but for some odd reason, people who are not in the guild actually enjoyed listening to the show.
Because it wasn't informative.
Yeah. So once we decided that we didn't have the critical mass to do a guild, we quit. Some people quit the game.
Me.
But we kept, yeah, lots of people. We still have a few in there, but most people are playing a smattering of different games.
Yeah. Yeah, the people that actually started it, Zelly and Ab, they'll actually probably be popping up on here from time to time. They're on vacation right now, so anybody that does listen to the podcast regular and is wondering where they are, they're on. So hi Zelly, Ab, how you doing?
Yeah, they're on vacation. They're doing great. They've been sending in drunken posts on the forum. So
I had quite the text when I came onto Skype one night, and I saw a line of Twitter-like texting from Ab, chewing his food at supper and getting drunk. So that was entertaining. My wife didn't think that it was that funny, but I was like ass off.
Nice. Yeah. So we're going to keep doing the podcast as usual. We're just not going to be talking about war only. We'll talk about whatever it is we're playing.
Yeah, like as was mentioned in the last cast, which is what this was before. We're still going to be talking about war because we do have people still playing it, but just it's not going to be as heavily war themed. And as other MMOs come out and we migrate away, it's going to become more talking about just whatever we're playing. So that's always what this is going to be. It's just going to be whatever we're playing as a group. We all enjoy each other's company, and that's what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, it kind of worked out pretty well. People were leaving war, trying to do other things. We wanted to all stick together as a group, and I don't know, it was about 4 of us: you, Ab, Maeve, and me.
Mm-hmm.
We're all said, "Hey, it'd be fun to." We all had thought about doing blogs before, but none of us had the time to do a blog by ourselves.
Right.
So we. Like I think it was mentioned in the last podcast, we decided, let's pool our resources, do it together, and we'll actually have a good blog.
Mm-hmm. And it is.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I think we've only missed a few days.
Yeah, today, because I was working on some other stuff with it. But yeah, nothing up today. But yeah, we've been hammering the posts at least one a day. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I've seen not a bunch, but a couple of people posting in the comment section, people whose names I don't recognize. So.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're coming from, but hey, bring them on.
Yeah, I know one of the guys that posted once or twice was my buddy in real life, and a couple people were people that follow me over from when I was writing on Lag War. Big shout out to lagwar.com. Great bunch of folks. Other than that, anybody other than that, I have no idea who you are, but thank you for reading.
Yeah, I enjoy it. The blog format. It's you get a thought, you can jot it down, come up with something coherent, and post it. Doesn't take too long, and it's a little more. I'm trying to do a little more in depth, or a little more. What's the word? Official, journalistic than I do in my
philosophical
forum posts. Yeah, a little more coherent than my forum posts.
Socrates of gaming.
Yeah, forum posts. It's usually like, the hell is up with this game?
This game sucks.
I hate Punkbuster. I can't get it to work. Yeah. Let's see. So what's else on my list here? Yeah, so we're multiplaying.net. We're not a guild anymore, just a gaming community, and we like more people to join. If you are interested, just hop on over to the forum and start posting. Pretty much how we've always worked. People come over, start chatting us up, and pretty soon they're part of the group.
Yep.
All right. You got anything else to say about what's happened, what's going to happen?
Nah, I think that covers it. All right. You can always go back to the previous podcast for a little bit more explanation, but that's the gist of it.
Sort of from the mechanic side, we're going to use the same setup for the podcast for the podcasting, and the same forum, but we're going to do some HTML internets kind of thing to make it look like it's a new forum and a new podcast, but it'll actually be the same location, so no one has to create new accounts or re-sign up or re-subscribe or any of that mess. Yep. Because basically we're a bunch of casual, lazy gamers, and we want it to be as easy as possible.
Yes.
And that's really the theme, right? We're
lazy.
I don't know about you, but
yes.
Yeah, we're lazy. We used to be hardcore, had a lot of time to play.
Now we all have kids. But, we're fat. Wait, I'm fat. No, I'm not that fat.
Yeah. We'll see it at CotCon.
Yeah, CotCon, August. Everybody's going but me.
Yeah.
Clear.
We'll have to record a live podcast.
Yeah, that will be awesome. I will look forward to that, because you guys will be so hammered.
You think?
Yeah.
It's going to be funny. Yeah, because all of our in-game events, everyone gets drunk and naked, so I'm looking forward to...
In-game.
Been doing
in-game.
Yeah.
In-game.
Yeah. Well,
drunk out game, but well, yeah.
I make no claims as to in-game or out of game, but
true.
All I know is I've been doing a bunch of crunches.
Not sure if Ab ever wears pants though. I think he went nude mountain biking yesterday.
See, that would hurt.
It depends if you're on the seat or just hovering over it.
True.
Unless you get caught in the spokes, but I don't know. Anyways, move on. Let's talk about games.
Yeah. What have you been playing?
I have been playing a bunch of stuff. I have actually pulled away from the PC a little bit, other than playing some... I know. Ever since the other night when I tried to join you on a TF2 game, and it locked up on me, and continued to have some other problems with like Team Fortress 2, having a bunch of weird problems with the PC, so I think this upcoming week I'll be doing a reinstall of Windows, and because of everything and working a little bit of overtime this weekend, I have bought a new video card. It should be coming in the mail Monday. So when that hits, I'll be throwing that in. It's a GTX 275.
Nice.
So
I don't know what that is, but it sounds...
It's awesome, as far as I know, as far as I've been made aware. But the reviews and everything on this particular card were very good. So probably write a blog article about that once I get it. But anyways, I did that, and I pre-ordered Windows 7. And about the only game that's still running good on the PC is Call of Duty World at War. So I've been playing through the single-player campaign of that since I never finished it. And it's not too bad.
Yeah, I stuck, let's see, where'd I get on that one? I got about halfway, I think, maybe 3/4 of the way.
Yeah.
I haven't finished. I think I got to a point, it's one of the Pacific Island invasions.
Right.
And there's, clearing out mortar nests, I believe.
Yep,
and
I just finished them.
Playing on the hard level, there's one spot I just can't get past. So
yeah, the AI is not fantastic in the game. I don't think the game is as good as Call of Duty 4 was, Modern Warfare was, but it seems like there's more bullets flying at you, regardless of how bad the AI is. So you're still getting hit. But yeah, it's still fun. I still like the single player. It's a good story, anyways. But again, it's not as good as Call of Duty 4 was. But yeah, I just cleared the mortar nest part, and I'm back into the Russian campaign driving a tank. And I just started that, and then I had to get off. But yeah, I'm enjoying that. And beyond that, I've been playing some LittleBigPlanet on the PS3.
I don't have a PS3, so
yeah,
I never played it.
It's very good. I mean, most people probably know what it is, but it's a side scroller. You can create levels and stuff. I haven't been doing too much with the creation of levels, but I've been trying to finish out a lot of the little single player parts that I missed, and going and checking out other people's custom levels. My wife and kids really enjoy watching me play that because they like seeing Daddy get fried by the little electrical pieces.
So how are the other levels? I mean, that's kind of the one thing MMOs haven't done, which is have players introduce content.
Except for in City of Heroes.
Yeah, I haven't heard any results about how that's been.
Other than the people using it as an exploit, I heard it was really good. Yeah, but no, the thing City of Heroes was probably, as far as I'm aware, people can correct me on this in the show notes or whatever.
No, they can't.
Yeah.
No. Then no one's allowed to correct
anything
we say.
This is the voice of the internet. No, as far as I know, the City of Heroes was the first one to do that with the mission architect thing. A bunch of people were exploiting it. As far as I've been made aware, it's been fixed. But it sounds really cool, and I hope more MMOs see what was done there and kind of input something like that.
I'm not sure. I don't know. It's kind of good and bad, right?
Depends on the game.
Content is always good.
It depends on the game.
But I mean, also the players. I mean, you look at if you read a fan fiction forum, say at Star Wars Online, there's a whole lot of not very good stuff.
Right.
And it's hard to find the good stuff. And they don't really have a YouTube kind of voting system where people can vote and the good stuff will float to the top.
Right. And that's like LittleBigPlanet actually has something exactly like that. You can actually, after you play someone's custom level, you can rate it, and it's an easy way to kind of filter out the good and the bad. But yeah, that's the user created content on that is usually either mediocre or crap. And sometimes you have this gem of a game in there. But yeah, the ones that are good user-created content are amazing. You're like actually making this game. But yeah, most of it, I'd say half of the stuff that's on there is crap, and there's a lot of mediocre stuff.
Yeah, speaking of user-created content, like I posted on the blog, one of the best ones I've ever done was the Aliens total conversion mod for Doom.
Oh yeah, I've never played that.
It was just, it was back in the beginning of the modding days.
Yeah, I was about to say, that wasn't like last year. That was a while back.
Yeah, it was like when I was in grad school back in the mid-90s. It's probably 95.
Grad school in the mid-90s, you old man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, what can I say? Just remember, it's childlike, not childish. That's how I stay young.
That's right.
Yeah, that one it just completely changed the game, and it was so well done. Well, you can read my blog post, but basically it's one of the first time I was playing a game, and it freaked me out enough that I jumped out of my chair.
Oh, yeah.
When the first alien came out of the darkness screaming at me and lunging at me.
Awesome.
All right, so LittleBigPlanet, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Let's see. What else have I been playing? Not much other than that. I've been working out with the EA Active, trying to lose the poundage.
Yeah, I picked that up, but our game controllers are packed up, so I haven't had a chance to try it.
It is good. Definitely, if anybody's wanting to lose a little bit of weight or tone up, I definitely recommend it. You definitely get a harder workout than with the Wii Fit. If you have the Wii Fit, though, it's still good to pick up because you can use that balance board for some extra stuff.
Yeah, I tried the Wii Fit, and it was fun, but yeah, I like the balance games more than the workout.
Exactly. The balance games are fun. The balance games are actually
I consider myself a yoga master now.
All right. Except for
because I've unlocked Yoga Master as a title in the game.
Until you walk into a yoga class.
Yeah.
Fall over on your side. All the pretty girls are looking at you weird.
Hey, as long as you're looking at me.
That's right. I've been using the Wii Fit, and it said I was a master.
Yeah, it was Ab's post on the blog that sold me on it.
Oh, yeah? Awesome.
Actually, I didn't even know it existed until I saw the post. I'm a little out of it lately.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but I definitely recommend the EA Active for if you want a bit harder of a workout.
Cool.
But that's it. That's all I've been playing. What you been playing?
I've logged into War a couple of times, but I don't really have long chunks of time to play anymore, so I've been, at least, while the move's going on. So if I don't get a scenario right away, then I kind of feel like I wasted my time.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to get back to my first-person shooter roots, and I picked up Left 4 Dead when I was down in Texas on a work trip. At the same time I got EA Active, and some Team Fortress 2, which actually my first real online game with random people I didn't know was Team Fortress Classic.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun.
Lots of fun.
TF2 is pretty fun too, but it's been a while since I've played these online shooters, and it's a little bit faster paced than your average MMO.
Yeah.
So I gotta drink a bunch of coffee before I play with the 14-year-olds.
Get the Red Bull.
Yeah, I'm not that crazy, but Left 4 Dead, man, I didn't know anything about this game, but everyone was saying that they play it, so I wanted to play it too, so we could play online. But that game is awesome. That's where I had my freak out moments recently. You're basically if you haven't played this, you're a zombie survivor. So there's a zombie apocalypse, and there's a group of 4 people who are uninfected who are trying to escape, and you play one of them, and you start out at the top of a building, and you have to fight your way down to the ground floor, and then across town over to the hospital. And it's at night. There's all these dark corridors. Lights are flickering, or all you can see is what your flashlight shows, and the zombies are fast. They'll come running at you, and so you'll see darkness all over your screen except for this one spot of light, and there'll be these zombie faces coming at you. And as you shoot them, the muzzle flash will show the whole room, and you see how many zombies they are, but you just see it for a second. And your flashlight jumps around as you're shooting, and you play that at night with this creepy music going in the background. Totally freak me out. I can't play that, an hour or so before I go to bed, or else I'm gonna have nightmares.
I usually throw on Yanni when I'm playing it. Or Kenny G. Kenny G's awesome while killing zombies. It's awesome.
I'm sure that somebody's made some skins, and you can turn the zombies into Gumbies or
that would be awesome.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Gumbies and Pokies coming at you. Gumby's dad is like the tank or something like that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. You gotta love the mod community.
Yeah, there's some good ones out there. I haven't seen any mods for Left 4 Dead, but I play a lot more TF2 than I do Left 4 Dead. I like Left 4 Dead. That's just, I like the TF2 a lot.
Seems more like a player versus computer game. Not so, you can play cooperative.
Yeah, I mean, when I was playing Left 4 Dead heavily right after it came out, I was playing a lot more of the PvP, when you could play as the zombies and stuff. I was doing that a lot more than I was the cooperative. The cooperative was fun. It was good to start off doing that, to kind of learn the maps and what it takes to actually get through the level, and then go play as the zombies, like the hunters and all that stuff, so you can, where they're going to have to go, where a good spot's going to be to pick them off, and I found that a lot more fun on the PvP side than I did the cooperative. Cooperative's good, but I like killing people.
Yeah. It all comes down to player versus player.
Yeah.
At least these days, whenever I play a single player game, I find I get bored after a little while.
Yeah.
Even if it's got a good story, like I just can't keep my interest for long enough. I need a game where I can just pop in, have fun, pop out.
Yeah.
And,
Need that's the other thing that I've been playing. I think I was about to say you need Battlefield Heroes, but I think you've been playing that, haven't you?
Yep. I got in the closed beta, so I get to be special and look down on all of you people who are just open beta people.
Is it technically open beta, or is it out now? Because they didn't really announce that it was even out. Is it technically open beta?
I don't know. I mean, even in closed beta, they were, if you wanted to test out the store stuff, you had to use your real money.
Yeah.
As opposed to some
That's
other
goofy.
betas where they just give you store points so you can see how it works.
We're going to take your money in the beta.
Yeah, if they're taking my money, it's not a beta.
No crap, man. I didn't know that.
I guess I haven't bought anything, just because buying stuff doesn't really get you... It doesn't really help your play.
No, I was...
It doesn't make you more powerful.
God, I was really happy that they did it that way.
Yeah. And I like the game. I mean, it's basically... You posted about it. It's basically like Battlefield game.
Yeah.
But small scale and a little slower paced.
Yeah.
And less control. I mean, you basically start playing and it assigns you to a server. So you don't have to spend time trying to find a good server and then hope that there's open spaces. And then when there aren't, you look for another server that has enough people but not too many people. And pretty much you can be killing people within about 5 minutes.
Right. The only bad side of that, and I think I read someone else's blog post just like within the last couple of days about it, was that it was either a blog post or a reply to mine. I can't remember. But they were talking about how the thing that sucks is that there's no like friends list or anything. So you just join in games, but there's no way to really join into a friends game.
There is. I mean, there is a friends list, and you can try to join your friends if they're playing, but because the servers are so small, I mean, it's basically it's 8 on 8.
I need chances. That's what it was. I need friends first, then I can do it. Okay.
Yeah, you kind of have to have friends.
Damn it.
I know. It's like high school all over again.
It's like life all over again. It's like life outside of real life.
But the problem is each server is pretty much full all the time. So you have to, your friend might be playing, and then, like, so if you're playing, and we get on TeamSpeak, and I say, all right, tell me, when someone drops from your server, and then I'll madly mash the button and try to get in right there.
Oh, I missed it. Damn.
Or you can rent your own server, and then always have space reserved for you and your friends.
Uh-huh.
They got to make money somehow.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I going back to what you were saying about the items, though, yeah. Basically the only thing that really you're buying is, like, clothes and stuff to make you look different, right?
Yeah.
I mean, basically everything else you can buy with points that you accumulate from missions and stuff. I think you can buy that stuff with money, can't you? You can buy the other stuff, but you don't have to.
I don't know if you can buy. I think they were trying to make it so that real money doesn't make you a better player.
Yeah, maybe that.
Or give you an advantage in game, but
except for the experience thing and stuff, right?
Yeah, you can make it so you level faster, which then you get more bonus. But if you spend a bunch of money and I don't, our characters are still the same power.
Right.
Like if you're a level 2 and I'm a level 2, you can't spend money and then kill me every time because you've spent money.
Right. And tanks still won't do any more damage, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing I hate about the game is that the tanks don't do. I mean, you got to shoot a person on foot like 4 or 5 times with the tank before they're dead. That's.
I mean, there must be some advantage, but I think they wanted to avoid the one-shot kills because if you're, this is basically aimed at beginners.
Yeah. If
you get one-shotted while you're a beginner, you shut the game down and go back to playing Peggle Extreme.
Hey. Don't knock Peggles, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I like it. It's fun. Battlefield 1942 was probably my favorite online shooter game.
See, I really liked the feel of 2142, but Battlefield 2 I thought played the best. I thought it had the best mix of stuff. But I definitely like the feel of 2142 the best.
I think I'm partial to the World War II ones because you can have a lot of bullets flying around and such, and people not dying immediately.
That's true.
Which you think in modern warfare, you get a lot more damage per hit.
Yeah.
And so things tend to go a little faster, or at least I tend to die a lot faster.
Yeah.
That's why I was excited about 2143. But then I realized it's Xbox only.
I mean,
or console
1943?
Yeah, 1943.
Right. It's PC. Yeah.
I thought it was only out on the
Mm-mm.
Xbox and PlayStation.
No, I'm pretty sure it's PC as well.
Oh, I'll have to look into it again. Because it was the same maps as 2142.
Right,
We'll
yeah.
see. I watched some of the demos and I was like, hey, I've been there.
Wake Island.
Game-wise. Yeah.
I'm typing it in now. I'm going to make sure.
The beauty of recording over the internet.
What's that?
The beauty of recording over the
Yes.
internet. You can be distracted during the call. All right.
Battlefield 1943 for PC. Ba-da-da-da-da. Yeah, it is coming on PC too.
Oh, cool.
Yay!
Yeah, the original game
Rejoicing.
with new graphics would be awesome.
Yeah, it's coming out on all of them. It's PC, Xbox, and PS3. But yeah, definitely got to get the PC version. Mouse keyboard for the win.
Oh, yeah. Man, I just can't get into first-person shooters with the console, the Xbox controller.
No, I mean, I try so hard because there's like Killzone 2 on the PS3. I want it because it just looks so good. The multiplayer looks like it's fun. It's so pretty of a game. And I played the demo, and it's better than what like the old console shooters. Like it's way better than Halo controlled. I mean, I have played the up-to-date Halos because I don't own an Xbox 360, but at least like the first Halo, I didn't like the controls of that. And it's gotten way better, but I don't know. The guys on the Giant Bombcast are actually talking about console shooters because they're talking about the new Conduit game. And if you don't listen to Giant Bombcast, you need to go check it out. It's very, very good. It's hilarious. I love that. It's really, really long though. The last one that came out was almost 2 hours long, of like 4 or 5 of them talking. But it's really, really good stuff. But they're talking about the Conduit, the new first-person shooter for the Wii, and about the controls on it and everything. And the one guy on there made a comment about how he still knows that he's almost at the point where he's preferring the console controller for first-person shooters because he's gotten so used to it. But even though he knows and acknowledges that it's not the best way, that the mouse and keyboard is still the best way, but he's almost getting to the point where he's preferring that because of all the games that come out in the consoles.
Yeah.
Maybe I will one day, but not right now.
Yeah, it just seems like a step in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
I remember I think it was in Doom or Doom 2 when I switched from using the arrow keys to turn to use the mouse to turn.
Oh man. Yeah.
And I was playing with my cousins and I was just wiping the floors with them because they were still, turning with the arrow keys.
Wow.
There's just no comparison.
That's archaic.
Yeah, that's how long I've been
Were
playing.
they hitting the buttons with sticks and stones? And grunting?
Pretty much. But, it's just because my cousins are who they are.
They had the big eyebrows.
Yeah. Yeah, every family's got someone like them in there.
Yeah, my kids.
So, yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Cool.
Team Fortress 2 and Left 4 Dead and Battlefield Heroes.
Awesome.
So if anyone hasn't played Team Fortress 2, I'm liking it. It's basically a sort of a short burst game. You log in, you do a quick round, maybe takes 10 minutes, and it's capture the flag or capture certain points or defend the flag, and then you usually switch sides and play it again. And it's a good kind of quickie game. It's kind of like scenarios in war. And something like Battlefield 2142 is kind of like open RVR. Like each round seems to take half an hour, and there's a lot of back and forth until it's finally over. And when I log into that one, a lot of times I log in, it's the middle of the round, and by the time I have to log out, the round is still going on. So I never see the end of a round.
Yeah. Have you seen the story about the Korean first-person or third-person shooter that's a rip-off of TF2?
No.
Oh, you got to check it out. Maybe we'll put it in the show notes. But there's a thing that was on Kotaku about a Korean PC game called Have Online. And if you watch, they have a trailer for the game, and at the very end they have a little in-game stuff. But it is a complete and utter ripoff of TF2. It's kind of unique in the way because it's like imagine TF2, but mix that with Toy Story. Like your characters are actually toys. but it's the exact same premise and everything. But we'll link it in the show notes. It's hilarious. The video, I'm actually intrigued. I want to play it, but it is. I mean, they need to be sued. This is a ripoff.
Yeah.
But so what do you play mostly in TF2? What class do you play?
I've been playing a soldier just because I'm trying to get used to the game again.
Yeah.
And soldier's pretty rounded. You got rocket launchers for good damage, and I think a shotgun for getting up close and personal.
And you get a good amount of health.
Yeah. I'm usually a pretty offensive player. I don't like to sit and wait for people.
Right, and especially not in a first-person shooter.
Yeah, so I don't ever get into the sniper mode. When I played 1942, I would always do the heavy weapons guy so I could take out the tanks.
Oh yeah, and the engineer type class.
So yeah, I like running around, chasing people down, shooting them, hunting, fleshing out the campers.
Yeah. See, I typically play a demo man on it. I always have. I've got almost I think 63 or 64 hours just on demo man, and I'm having a real hard time playing them anymore because all the updates that they've done to the game have brought all the other classes so far up that the demo man's actually, it's not still hard to play, but I just don't feel effective anymore. I know the guys on that do the Warp podcast and do the Control Point podcast. I think it might have been Spencer on there. I think I might have even said this in the last podcast, so sorry if I'm repeating myself, but he's been complaining about the demo man on the last couple podcasts over on Control Point, and I gotta completely agree with him. It's horrible. It's not fun playing him anymore.
I don't think I've tried him.
But I did. It's definitely my class, but I've been pulling off and playing a little bit of everything else. But yeah, mostly I've been playing soldier a little bit and a little bit of medic. But
seems like whenever I play, there's always about 10 pyros out there. Yeah,
I like the pyro, but so does half of everybody else out there. So if there's more than one on the team, I won't touch them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sorry, I keep stepping on your words, but
that's fine.
I do. Big reason I do like playing the pyro, and probably the reason why everybody else does, though, it's justifiable because you can burn up the spies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, damn spies. No, I was gonna say it's a good you mentioned the Control Point podcast, because one of the things that Zelly was mentioning or asking about, because she's new to these first-person shooters, is how do you it's always random people, and so what I do is I pick one or two servers and try to always play on them. That way I get to know the regular crowd on the server.
Yep.
And you found this server, Control Point, which we can link to. And so I'm just going to play on that, or try to play on that every time. That way.
Yeah, I have been.
When I was deep into 1942, I was actually in a group called the Lazy Bastards, and we formed a clan and then created or bought our own server, or rented a server.
Cool.
And it was a lot of fun. It was about the same amount per month that I used to pay for playing a MMO, but it meant that I always had a spot when I wanted to play, and I knew the people on the server, and I had admin power. So if someone was being an asshat, I'd just kick them, and that meant I had to spend a little bit of time doing admin stuff while I was trying to play, but it also meant if someone was spouting off in chat, I'd just kick them.
Oh yeah.
And we had a pretty strict policy. Like, basically, if you piss off one of the lazy bastards, then you're going to get kicked, and tough luck.
Yeah.
And so we had a lot of good people who'd play because they liked being on our server because we kept the jerks off.
Unless you're like my buddy Josh, who likes to grieve people that are the admins. He was telling me a story about the other night he was playing Call of Duty 4, and he kept on. I think he said he was knifing people, but I can't remember. But he was knifing these guys that were camp. I don't remember if they were camping or what, but he kept on knifing one of the admins, and the guy was warning him to stop griefing him or whatever. But the next time he saw him, he said that he saw that dude standing next to 3 other guys on the enemy side, and my buddy says he just went right for that guy and stabbed him to kill him, avoided the other 3 people that he could have been more easily killed that were right next to him, and then the guy banned him. So
yeah, Yeah, we never banned anyone for playing well or, picking on someone, but, if they were team killing
Right.
or any kind of stuff that makes it unfun. But yeah, if there's anyone out there who's from the Lazy Bastards, I hope you guys are still around. I haven't seen the site in a long time, but when I was there, I was Chicken Hawk. I would still be Chicken Hawk, except there's a lot of people who want to be Chicken Hawk, and that name's always taken these days.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the little brown chicken from the Bugs Bunny cartoons? Awesome.
Yeah, I would always, when I was playing, I'd say, I'm hunting chickens. Are you a chicken? You look like a chicken. I'm hunting you. Those were the days.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So the reason I was mentioning Team Fortress and Left 4 Dead is we are going to start doing what we call game on nights. The goal with the game on nights is to get everyone playing the same game. So we can get on voice chat and bullshit like usual and play, Left 4 Dead, maybe have 4-on-4 zombies versus survivors, or all jump onto a TF2 server and try to take over, that kind of stuff. So a lot of people have Left 4 Dead, a lot of people have Team Fortress 2, so I think the first game night's going to be one of those once we get organized.
Yep.
With game on nights, we realize not everyone's going to be able to make it to every game on night, so we'll just pick a date and go with it, and whoever can show up can show up. If not, they can organize the next one on a night that they can do it. So check the forum, check the blog. Once we pick a day, we will post it.
And there is a game on section on the forum. So if you go to the forum, go on there, you want to organize something, or if you just want to find out when we're organizing it, go on there, get registered on the site, chat it up, join us up.
Yeah, we're basically an autonomous collective, so if anyone wants to organize something, we encourage you to do that.
Yeah.
And just post it and boom.
Say, hey, I'm playing Call of Duty 4 over on this server, blah, blah, blah. Come check it out, and then we'll do it. If we're available. We're casual. Remember that.
Yeah, casual. We might have to leave to change a diaper. Who knows? No promises.
Grandpa pooped himself again.
Yeah, well, it happens.
Yes.
Drink too much Tecate.
Shit happens.
What's going on? All right. So that was the main topics I had.
Yeah.
Anything you wanted to add, chat about?
I was trying to think. We could probably do this.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, earlier we talked about PvP and first-person shooters versus MMOs.
Mm-hmm.
I always want, whenever I play an MMO, maybe this is for another topic, for another night, but when I play an MMO, I want it to be kind of fun and balanced. Like, I play games for a fun fight. And when I play first-person shooters, there's always someone, if the teams are unequal, there's always a few people who will leave the winning team to go play on the losing side.
Yeah.
And I like that setup where it's easy to switch. Or if you need a medic, someone just they kill themselves and become a medic.
Right.
And you wind up with more games that are fun. Whereas in MMOs, it always seems to be a one-sided fight. Or else there's always some sort of imbalance that makes it less fun for me. And I don't like being on the side that's steamrolling. I don't like being on the side that's being steamrolled.
Yeah. Trying to think of what I can go off of with that, though.
Well, the other night we were chatting. You said something about being able to change.
Oh, what was it? Go ahead.
About MMO is not as easy to change sides or change your class. And I guess people are maybe more interested in advancing their character, so they want to be steamrolling the other side.
Right. I mean, that's the thing with MMOs is that you want to have the best stuff. You want to be the top, the elite, whatever. So you're doing all this, putting in all this time and doing all this work to have to get yourself in this position. And there's not a lot of MMOs out there that I know of that you just jump in and can play RVR. I mean, yeah. Or I said RVR because it was segueing into Warhammer, but PvP, you can't just jump in, do PvP, and have fun in an MMO setting. It's just they're two different beasts. But you wish that you could have that sort of easy in and out of PvP like you do in an FPS.
Yeah, you had an idea that you posted up on the blog. Because most FPS games are shooters, right?
They're mostly
modern warfare.
Right. And somebody was trying to, I think it was Sark from Lagwar was saying he knew of a game. that was like what I was talking about. But basically, what I was talking about was I was wondering if we were ever going to see a first-person shooter. It could be third-person, whatever, set up like Team Fortress 2, but that was played like Dark Age of Camelot or played like Warhammer. That was just the MMO feel of fighting team against team, but it was set up like TF2. That it was just something you start it up, you get in the game, you pick what class, you pick either a tank type class or a healer type class. Basically exactly like what TF2 is, but it plays more. It's more in depth. There's a lot more stuff to set up with your character that you could do before getting into the game. There's maybe things that unlock in the game, like the abilities and the weapons that unlock in TF2 that would basically be your armor or weapon unlocks. Like what I don't know if I might have said it in that article that I think it'd be cool if you could get multiple different weapons to choose from, but it only could take one in, but it had adverse effects depending on what you chose. Like if you're a healer, you can choose to take this mace or something into battle, and this mace might, from the default one, may have more damage if you want to become more of a melee healer, but it will actually reduce the amount of healing that you do. That's just very basic. I mean, you could go nuts with the different ideas in that, but some sort of setup like that, I am open to that kind of game coming out. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think the hard part, right, is that you have in an MMO, when you gain levels, you become vastly more powerful. So you wind up where the level 40s can whoop the level 30s butt, right? Right. So level 30 going into OpenRVR is going to get wasted just because they don't have the levels. Right. In a first-person shooter, the levels are pretty. There's not a big difference.
There really isn't a level. I mean, it's just you go in with this class.
Yeah, and so unlocks might give you more variety, but not really make you more powerful.
You can make your class a little bit more fine-tuned to your play style, but you're not necessarily going to be more powerful than somebody just using a default setting. And then I want something that plays like back in the day when I used to run 8-man in Dark Age of Camelot and OpenRVR in the Frontiers. Like running that and playing that feel of a game, but where everybody's balanced out and everybody had the ability to jump in and out of a class depending on what the team needs.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
The other problem is, you wind up with a lot of games like, I think in the beta, at least for Planet side, and then the current Warhammer, a lot of times it's more advantageous to avoid the enemy. Yeah. Take a keep that they recently took, and it's undefended, but you get points for taking it. Yep. I think you really need to, a lot of times I've gone out and done OpenRVR, and I've never seen another enemy. It's just run around, take battlefield objectives, and try to get your realm points up. And you really should be, it's got to be killing other players, right? If you're not killing other players, you shouldn't be getting realm points, right? Or unlocks. You otherwise, there's no reason. But in these games, everyone looks for a way to get advancement with the little risk as possible. So, look for a solo person or a small group and waste them rather than warband versus warband. Right.
There's possibilities that I want that. Yeah. I want it. I'd be playing it all the time.
Yeah, that's why I like the scenarios. They're relatively balanced, as balanced as you can get.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. There's people out there that hated the scenarios in War, and I understand why they hated the scenarios in War. I completely understand why they hated the scenarios in War, because it's taking away from everything else about War that War was supposed to be about. And I think that's the thing. I think I would like a game that was just the scenarios in War. That there was so many people playing, there was never a hard time getting in and out of a game. It was typically always balanced, unless people were really skilled on one side or something. But I want that. But I think there's still room for everything else in MMOs. There's still room for an MMO to be played, because that's a different experience. And that was kind of a little bit of the problem with the scenarios in War, is that there was people like me that just wanted that fighting experience, and scenarios were my answer.
You know what I would pay money for?
What's that?
Is if they took war and they took the scenarios and just used the scenarios as the maps for a battle, like a Team Fortress 2 kind of game.
Yeah.
So it's those actual scenarios and all the same classes and same races and everything. Just maybe everyone comes in as a level 20 or a level 30 or whatever. You know? You don't want too many skills, because then it just takes forever to try to figure out the new class.
Right. I've said it numerous times. I think the skills that you get in the beginning of Tier 3, like Tier 4, if they cut out all the crap that you get in Tier 4, and maybe even a lot of the crap they have in Tier 3 with the crowd control and stuff, if a lot of that stuff gets cut out, it would be a lot more balanced.
Yeah, so you have like maybe Tier 2, you come in at level 20.
Right.
All those skills, maybe fine-tune them or streamline them a bit. That would be an awesome game.
Mm.
Right, I'd even pay a subscription for that. If I could just get in, play a class I wanted, try out a different class each night, depending on what my mood was, and then just play scenario after scenario.
And have the ability to say, when you jump into the game, oh crap, there's only one healer for the two teams. Somebody switch to a healer and be able to do that would be awesome.
Yeah, so you keep your name, right? Because your name is your rep.
Right, exactly.
And then you play whatever class. Because frankly, I don't have time to roll multiple classes and level them up and get them geared out. And some nights I want to play a healer, sometimes I want to play a damage person.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to be an orc. If I'm playing and they don't have people on the orc side, I'd rather go play an orc.
Oh, yeah. Come on, somebody build this game right now.
Yep, I'll buy it.
Yep. Mythic, just split Warhammer in half, take the scenarios out, do that, make another game, sell it.
Yeah.
And then
they got plenty of people, right? They're not doing anything right now.
They're on vacation.
Land of the Dead is out. They must have plenty of free time.
Well, supposedly they did go on vacation. They right after Land of the Dead came out. I don't know if it was a week long or a couple days or what it was, but they took some time off. And actually, that's going to be my beautiful segue into pointing you towards the third member that was not here tonight, Frank, who was supposed to join us, that copped out. Evidently, like friends and food and stuff like that is more important than doing a silly podcast.
Oh, Frank.
Oh, I'm going to make so much fun of Frank. What's going on, Frank? But no, evidently, well, not evidently, but he did have a excellent post on his site, which is Overly Positive. If you go to Frank's site, it's overlypositive.com. He did have a great site, or a great little article about the war devs taking a vacation. He posted that on July 1st, so if you go back, and there's a little archive back to the 1st of this month, you can read that. And he's got a ton of other, he posts something every day. If you don't know who Frank is off the top of your head, Frank is the same guy, Phoenix Red, Frank Sanchez, guy that runs Warhammer Alliance, or runs jointly with a bunch of fine folk over at the Warhammer Alliance forum. He does the Warhammer Alliance podcast, and he has this wonderful little blog. Please go check it out. It's good stuff. Even though he didn't show up, and we shouldn't, we shouldn't point people over there because he's being a jerk. But I love you, Frank.
Yeah, we'll get you next time.
You're my boy, Blue.
I'm going to change his forum nickname to Frank, spelled Phranque.
There you go, Frank. He's French now.
What was I going to say? Yeah, I'm blanking. Oh well, I'll edit that out. That's the nice thing about being in charge. I can edit out what I don't know.
So what? Maybe you're going to have to do a lot of little editing where I screwed up right there. So.
Yeah, or not.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey guys, edit this out, okay? Oh yeah, sure, we'll edit that right out, Slurm. Don't you worry. Just keep acting like a dork.
I'll move on to the feedback and stuff.
Yeah, feedback and stuff. In our short term as multiplaying.net, we've actually gotten a few comments. Actually, we've got several comments from some old timer COT people, and maybe we haven't seen them in a while, or they've come back and checked the site periodically. And I think Glor summed it up pretty well with the post today. And so I'll just read what he said. He said, "Wow, a lot has changed in the past little while. I just went to check out the forums and saw this multiplaying thing happening, which is really cool." I'm paraphrasing a little.
That's fine.
when we started this guild back in Camelot, a lot of us had much more free time. Between then and now, families have been created and expanded, limiting game time. This was a great idea on the direction for COT for keeping us together, and on this sort of let's pick a game and play basis. As much as I love MMOs, having 3 kids and a 4th on the way, I just don't have any grind time anymore.
Man, 4 kids.
Yeah. Wow. No wonder he doesn't have any grind time.
Man.
What, up to his elbows in diapers?
Spent all his grind time in the bedroom. I got 4 kids.
I didn't want to say that. But yeah, I mean, we've had a bunch of people like that who, they're basically part of the family, been with the group for forever, but just can't play. This way, no one has to commit to an MMO in order to play with the group. That's what the whole point of becoming Multiplaying was all about.
Yep.
Other comment was from my dad. I was just chatting with him on Crossfire, which, by the way, everyone needs to get Crossfire and get with the program. I pointed him to the blog, and he saw the first post, which was Maeve's about City of Heroes. And so he said, someone whose first MMORPG was City of Heroes isn't my kind of player. If you've never fallen through the floor in the beginner dungeon of EverQuest 1, you've never lived. Or died, to be more specific.
Oh, I have.
Yeah.
EQ1 was my first.
Yeah, me too. And I got him started on it. And we spent a lot of time in Befallen. And we fell through that damn floor down to the basement.
Oh, yeah.
You get killed by high-level zombies, and it's behind a couple of locked doors, and basically it takes you, several hours to get your stuff back.
Yeah.
It was pretty harsh.
Yeah, that game was a pain in the ass.
It was fun, though. I mean, when you go exploring a dungeon, you feel like you're doing something. Whereas nowadays, it's like, when you're done, you just teleport back to the entrance. Or if you die, you just resurrect and you're fine.
There's a lot of hand-holding going on in MMOs now, and I kind of wish a lot of it would go away. It's nice, especially, that's coming from a person that's casual. This person only gets to play maybe an hour or 2 a night, and I would even rather a lot of the hand-holding go away. So, yeah, you can't beat those experiences.
I remember, plus it was fun. I was a bard, so I used to get people asking me to help them retrieve their body. Random people I'd never met, like, hey, can you help me? Because I could sneak around in the dungeon and drag their bodies back. So I got a pretty good reputation of being able to get bodies out of the deep pits.
It was always funny watching the bodies move across the floor. Like, nobody there. Yeah. Where is he? He's invisible.
Yeah, those were the days. Oh, yeah. Kids these days, they just...
whippersnappers.
They don't even know what a corpse run is.
Get off my lawn.
All right. Well,
wrap it up.
I gotta go. Yeah, time to put the baby to bed.
All right. Time for me to... I just got Real Genius in the mail. It's part of my Father's Day gift, so watch me some Real Genius.
Sweet. You want to do the outro?
Sure.
Bring it on.
All right. Thanks for listening to the Multiplaying Lounge, the companion podcast to Multiplaying.net. We aren't affiliated with anyone or anything. The views are solely... Oh my gosh. What's up with the big words, man?
Yeah, sorry, I'm a writer,
We aren't affiliated with anyone or anything. The views are solely attributable to the fool who expressed them. You're going to have to reword this. I can't say. Especially if I get drinking, no way. Absolutely.
All right. We'll use small words.
Yeah, just
we do podcast. We say stuff. That's it.
I slurm. You enjoy podcast. Remember, if you want to join in on the fun, check out the blog and forum at multiplaying.net. Until next time.
Dun, dun, dun. Insert outro music here. Send your comments and vitriolic hate mail to multiplaying@gmail.com, and we will ignore you as soon as possible. Oh, my dad sent me this link. There's a trailer on YouTube for a movie called Robo Geisha.
Yeah.
You got to check it out. It's insane.
Robo Geisha.
Yeah.